So do yourself a favor, check out the Carlisle Cult Cinema Club, and don't forget not just to rate it, but also to subscribe on YouTube or Facebook.
There's films that inspire, films that will move you to tears. This is not one of those films. This film's got blood. This film's got guts.
You sure you ain't smoking that shit?
They're smoking that shit. This film's got meteors.
Meteors!
Don't touch it!
They're evil!
This film's got sex.
Give me some Shiver, baby.
This film's got drugs. And rock and roll.
That was close.
I'm telling you, when you're gone, you're gone.
Shiver Me Timbers, coming soon.
Welcome to the Carlisle Cult Cinema Club presents Shiver Me Timbers, one of 3 Popeye horror films that have been released recently. And joining me to talk about this great slice of schlocky comedy horror is the film's director, Paul Stephen Mann. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you for having me.
No, it's a pleasure. The pleasure's all mine. So, I believe, like myself, you're a big fan of 80s horror and a fan of the video nasties and VHS.
Well, I was renting them from the video store before they were nasty, in my 50s. So, we were the lucky
We were the lucky
guys,
ones.
that could just go
Yes.
and get it.
Yeah, we were the lucky ones. My dad didn't believe in censorship. And I was very young, 8-year-old, watching Cannibal Holocaust, and a 9-year-old watching The Evil Dead, and
Yeah, me
first
too.
VH. Yeah, it's just mad to think that we got to see all these films. You know what I mean?
Before, what's her name, Mary Whitehouse
Yes,
involved.
that's it. And we all know the story. I took Cannibal Holocaust into school and said it was a documentary on South American tribes. We got as far as the title, and it was taken off.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, so I was that kid at school. But yeah, so you're a fan of the old video nasties and VHS, which you can kind of see in the film itself.
Yeah, we talk about it a lot in the film. We mention a lot of them. We quote
Yes,
we quote a couple of them, and then we get down on Mary Whitehouse as well, without saying her name.
no, yes, there's a bit of a video nasties debate in there, and the girls can't believe that these films were banned in UK.
Yeah.
Even though it's obviously it's a UK film, but set in California.
It was made in just outside Edinburgh, with a predominantly British cast. We had one American, Castor Oil. He was American, and
Right.
I lived there for over 20 years, so I was bringing what I knew to it, and I
Yeah.
had it as my level. What was funny is I was worried about their accents dropping. He's lived here so long, it was his accent that was going up and down, which was kind of
But no, it's a great film, very enjoyable. And for folk who maybe not seen it, can you tell them what is the crack with the old Shiver Me Timbers?
well. You want me to describe the film? It's a period piece. It takes place in 1986 during Halley's Comet, which last time it was ever seen was in 1986. I think it comes like 177, 76 years or
Yeah,
something.
something
Um,
like that.
and we use that as an excuse to turn our old man Popeye into a monster. I don't want to go into details, but these kids go out to watch the accompanying meteor shower, and old man Popeye gets turned into a monster and basically picks them off one at a time. Olive Oil in our film, she's not his girlfriend. She's a young girl, part of the group of teenagers, and she's like the nerd that becomes the hero, and it ends up kind of in the final battle with Popeye.
And it's yeah, it is great fun, and there is lots and lots of references. You've got, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre references in there. With the this isn't giving anything away, but the intro right at the start,
Yeah,
with that, and I was like, oh, I'm really going to enjoy it. I'm just looking for the references, and I think I got loads of them. John Waters, Sam Raimi, John Carpenter, Romero, Tobe Hooper, even
yeah,
the little squiggle from the Beyond.
yeah. There's
Yeah,
we went predominantly with the 80s. There's a couple of other,
yeah,
from the 70s, a couple from the 90s. Um, but when we made this film, we couldn't take it seriously, a giant sailor. So we went for the whole comedy and have a laugh and a nod. And it was done on an extremely low budget. So taking all those things into consideration is why it went the way it went.
yeah. But it's thoroughly enjoyed it. It's got some great gore in it.
Love the gore. I used to be a special effects guy back in
Right.
the day when I lived in California. Um, and I haven't really done it since like 2000. But I was lucky enough to get a team of really talented makeup artists, and
Right.
but we still, that stuff costs money. So we did what we could with all the makeup artists, but we still had to slip into, we're not proud of the fact, but we went with a lot of CGI purely because of budget. You know,
But the way you used the CGI was quite clever in ways.
yeah. I mean, we couldn't really, as you know, at the end of Final Battle, we couldn't have done that without CGI. I wish we
No.
had money to go with really big CGI, but we just didn't. So we went over the top with blood. We had more blood than you can imagine, as you saw, enhanced with even digital
Yeah.
blood. Never enough blood.
No, there's never enough blood. You just got to see Sam Raimi for that.
I know. So
Um,
that's why it's the film it is.
yes, definitely. And what have you got to expect? It's about Popeye, a mutant Popeye
Yeah,
killing teens, and it is it does what it says on the tin.
yeah, yeah. And we tried to give each kill a nod to another film.
Yeah,
Or as you know, I don't want to give it away. Um, uh, and there's a lot of like little nods that are just direct quotes. Um, and I made the characters movie fans
yeah,
to get the quotes in, and I wanted, the best way to do that was to get a bunch of movie nerds.
yeah. It's the only way to do it.
Yeah, and and obviously the biggest influence I think on it was Trauma, because I used to love Trauma when I was a kid, man. The Toxic Avenger, all those films, Class of Nuka Man,
Same,
Trash,
same.
Street Trash. So I went full Lloyd Kaufman as best I could with the budget on this film.
Well, and something, it's great fun. It is. It's nice tight run time as well. There's no
Yeah,
messing about.
yeah. I mean, a lot of people say it takes a bit of time to kick in, but the truth is, you got to set it up. You know,
Yeah,
set it up over the first 15, 20 minutes, and then it's like 50 minutes to an hour of just carnage. It doesn't stop.
yeah. Well, that's it. And it's he goes a bit, buck wild, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I was looking for Alice the Goon, to be honest.
Well,
Um,
I'll tell you now, there's a lot of the characters we couldn't use because they're not, for example, Bluto, he's not out of
Right,
copyright yet. So we
right.
couldn't use him. I mean, we would have loved to use Bluto or Mr. Wimpy, the burger eating. Um, but what I will tell you is we're making another one. And there's going to be a couple of characters in the repertoire for the second one, and it's going to be twice as crazy, twice as mad, twice as bloody. Two monsters, another
Oh,
hero who accompanies another hero that accompanies Olive Oil. So just look out, because the teaser, we haven't actually filmed it all yet. We won't be
right.
filming it until next year, but we have a teaser for it coming out shortly.
Oh, well, you know what I mean? You'll have to give us a shout on that one.
I'll make sure
Um,
you get it.
definitely, definitely, definitely. But how long did it take you to shoot?
10 days. We
That's
shot the whole
quite
thing.
quick.
Oh yeah, well, it was a matter of cost. Um, and it was just we had just shot. We had our budget only allowed for 10 days, so
Yeah,
um, and yeah, that's really it. I mean, we wish we could have
yeah,
gone longer and done more, but that was a big constraint on us. So we planned it out, and because of we didn't have a chance to do multiple takes. So
no.
sort of like getting the story done in the first 3, 4 days, and then a kill per day because of the setup. And that's 10 days, 10 long, brutal days.
10 long, brutal days. And then, but no, it looks like the cast had quite good fun with it. And she's a decent final girl as well
Oh, she's
in
great.
Amy.
She was awesome. Of course, she's the star of the next one too, along with Big Tony, who plays Popeye. Um,
Yeah,
but we had a great cast. Her Neve, who plays Celinda, Castor's girlfriend that survives.
yeah.
She was great. Little Leona, who played. All the girls were great. The whole cast was great. Brandon was great. I don't want to miss anybody out now, but Ross was great. Um, Ross was great. Stephen, Paul, all of them. But Joel, the kid, Joel, the big kind of Jack Black stoner kid, and Lee, his the Cheech and Chong of the movie, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
But I can definitely tell you, Castor's coming back. I'm not going to tell you how. But Leona's coming back. No, sorry, no Leona. Well, Leona might be coming back. I think there's going to be flashbacks and stuff in the sequel.
Right,
'Cause I
right.
love these kids. They were great, and they were troopers. They loved it. They had
Yeah.
they have no. It was me and Ali, the producer, my partner in this, and Keith, mainly Ali because he was on Saturday. We were there first, and the cast come in, and we finished filming. Then we had to set up the next day, so we were doing 20-hour days, and then back on set. We were the first in and the last out,
Yeah.
and we shot most of it on top of this hill, and it was just, oh my god, it was brutal for me and Ali. The cast, the makeup team, we had four. We had, gosh, 5 makeup artists all total. They were loving it.
Right.
They were just throwing the blood around. Like, they were just going crazy.
Proper punk rock filmmaking in 10 days. That's what you want.
Yeah, it was totally punk rock. The film's kind of punk rock, you know.
No, but no, it is. It's just great that fun, and there's the rip your head off, shit down your throat gag. That's
You know where that came from, bro? I'll tell you now. We heard that in the 80s all the time. That was one of the things in the 80s. Stallone, all the big action stars. I'm going to rip off your head.
yeah,
But nobody ever did, So I was like, let's do it, And the thing about doing it, even if people don't like the film, they're going to say, he ripped a man's head off and shit down his neck.
Yeah, that's it. You can't ask for more, can you? Really, in that kind of film.
We have
And the comet thing reminded me a little bit of Night of the Comet as well.
good. I'm glad you picked up on that. Yeah, that was one of those films when I was a kid. You just saw it a lot. You know,
Yeah,
it was like back in the days of 3, 4 channels in the middle of the night. Night of the Comet, Night of the Leper. Remember that one with the giant rabbits?
yes,
These guys,
yes. I was brought like yourself. I was brought up on them BBC double bills
yeah.
before VHS. The Hammer stuff,
Oh
the
yeah,
Amicus stuff,
yeah, yeah. We have
all that kind of thing.
my good friend in Fife, Europe, Scotland. He's now Amicus. Laurie owns Amicus now, and they're back.
Right.
They're back. Just a little plug to him there. You know.
No, hey, I love a bit of Amicus, to be fair. We've done a podcast many years ago on the full Amicus anthology films. And it's quite funny because there'd been, well, especially me, had imbibed a little bit, shall we say.
Well,
So it's always a good laugh.
they're back. They're doing their thing right now in
Yeah,
Fife. Actually, Scotland's got a lot going on right now. David Ryan Keith's making great horror movies up in Aberdeen. He did the Redwood Massacre,
right.
and those are great. Yeah,
I've not seen them.
oh, dude, they're fantastic. I mean, he started off like we started off. He's been doing it a little longer. He's got like Daniel Harris in the sequel and all that.
Oh, that's quite good.
So it's all happening up north. Um, a lot going on, and we're about to launch our next one, which will be just as ridiculous. We're the ridiculous ones. We're
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with that at all. You have to get Lloyd Kaufman to do a little cameo because he does love doing cameos in low budget films.
oh
I do
yeah,
believe.
um, that's somebody we're actually going to talk to about the sequel.
There we go. There you go. You never might get a trauma release.
That'd be amazing.
So where were the beach scenes filmed?
Up here in Edinburgh, in Portobello, the beach in Edinburgh.
Right.
Well,
Yeah, I
actually,
know.
it's actually further north. It was if you keep walking that beach, it
Yeah,
turns out a place called Long Nidri. It's a little bit more private.
yeah,
We just shot there. Also, because they have a little parking lot, so everybody could park and we could set up the makeup truck and David and the old man Popeye. Quite an old guy.
yeah,
We're comfortable for him. Playing that.
yeah.
So yeah, that's where we shot it. Long Nidri.
Aye.
I shouldn't say Portobello. Long Nidri.
No, I've got family. Well, my gran came from Portobello way.
Okay.
So you know what I mean. So yeah, and all her family was still up there. Obviously long since passed because they're all very old, and now are we. So yeah, I just wondered where they were because it was quite a nice beach and things. And I'd say a fun use of the CGI, keeping it kind of to the bare minimum, really, as much as the budget would allow.
Yeah, I mean, so Popeye's a combination. We got a very talented makeup artist do our makeup, and then we enhanced it.
Yeah,
You know, so he's not always completely CGI, even though a lot of people think that. There's a lot of stuff where he's not. But so obviously we had that. Then we had additional blood, and I don't want to give away the ending.
no.
There was just no way to do that practically without killing somebody. So
Well, that is very true. Very true indeed, because that ending is completely nuts.
yeah,
But just good fun. You've just got to take it what it is. Just a good fun movie. Just good, silly, gory fun.
it's meant to be. When we made it, we said we're not making this for if you're into like the new Nosferatu or the original Exorcist, you're gonna hate this movie.
Yeah,
And trust me, a lot of guys that are into that have watched this movie and hate it. But if you're into Cocaine Bear, trauma, the type of stuff,
I know the type of stuff.
uh, those guys love it. So
Yeah,
the reaction's been completely polarized. Absolute love or absolute hate. But we knew that,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. No, but no, it is. So how's it been received then?
really well. I mean, so our scores are really high. So when somebody makes like yourself does a video or whatever, it's always really good. You know, they're all really good. I made a compilation of them all because it's great.
Yeah.
The written reviews, I tend to find that haters, people that hate it,
Right.
write
But
more,
that's the internet.
you know, because they get more clicks. You know, it's
Yeah.
like crash stuff that people want to look at it more. But the likes and the just people that just rate it,
Yeah.
for every hate, there's like 2 or 3 likes and higher numbers. So we're actually the highest rated
Yeah.
out of the Popeye horror films, um, on all like Letterbox, IMDb, all of them, and with a huge following. But it's like I wish these people would write, you know, write a review. But we've got a lot of really good reviews, um, and we've got a lot of love from an online community, and we've got a lot. When our we're about to, as I say, we're going into the second film.
Yeah.
It's a huge, huge scene at the end, and even though we've got the money to make it, we want to make the scene at the end even better. Because I'll tell you right now, it takes place in a nightclub filled with people, and it's a lot of money.
Don't give the ending away. Don't give the ending away.
That's all I'm saying.
Right.
The reason I'm telling you that is because that particular scene, we still don't have enough to do that scene. So we're
Yeah.
going to crowdfund it because we have such a great online community.
Yeah.
And we have a video of all the love from the internet of, and that'll be coming out with the teaser in a few weeks. I'll make sure you see it and get
Yeah.
it. To get the, you know, just to get for that scene. We want to,
I'll pop it
don't
on
want
the
to have to
page and
fight
things.
to keep it within budget. You know, but like there's 2 monsters in this next film, so it's a
Right.
lot of makeup, and we want to go more practical with the makeup.
Yeah.
We want to bring back all the makeup artists we had and then some, because there's
Yeah.
twice as many kills. So obviously, what happens at the end, she's still got that in the new film. There's no way getting around that. That has to be half partially CGI. But the
Yeah.
actual Popeye this time, we'll give him a bit more. We can try and do, if we have a bit more money, you know, we can go more practical.
Yes.
Practical costs money. You know, we did a lot of practical, but I'd like to go a lot more.
Yeah. Well, practical always costs money, but it's obviously obviously like myself, you grew up on the practical stuff, so you'd rather do the practical over the CGI. But as you said, it's money.
Even the blood costs a fortune. You know,
Yeah.
we were so we couldn't believe how much we spent on blood. It still wasn't enough. You know, we had a big like kegs of barrels. You know, these water barrels.
Yeah.
We went through 2 of those. We had fire extinguishers and everything, and then on top of that, we had.
Oh man.
But but the back to the for the online community, the love that we've got is why we were choosing to try and crowd fund.
Yeah.
So for every 10 people that love it, one guy will write a review that hates it.
Right. Right. But that's what it's always going to be like, isn't it?
But what I do is me and Ali, the producer, we will go like on a Saturday night. We have like a movie night where we watch movies. We go, oh, yeah,
Right.
he comes to my house, how about his? We go from, we get beers and a little whiskey. We never watch the movie. We go online, we get a little drunk, we just start reading the bad reviews, and some of them are hilarious, you know. And one guy going, "These guys don't understand science. When you cut somebody's head off, the head can't talk." It's like we know that.
This is the youth of today. They just don't get it. They
Yeah,
don't get that love of that we've got of bad,
yeah,
bad good horror movies.
Schlock. Yeah, it's like Schlock is meant. You know, the head gets ripped off, throw it away. Okay, that's gory and
Yeah.
good. Our head talks to you after it's been, you know, You don't get that, but that's the kind of,
Have they never seen Spookies and the likes of?
it's funny. I just showed Naomi, my girlfriend. She had never seen Spookies, and I had to show her it. And she does all the DVD extras for like Arrow
Yeah.
Video and everything. I'm like, Spookies? It's kind of a forgotten, a
Oh,
forgotten.
Spookies is a classic.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I would call your. We know we grew up with that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, a lot of my mates don't get why I'm into all this kind of thing. And I'm like, because I love it.
just
It's,
music too. Spookies is a great one for the music. It's that
yeah, I've
Italian,
got the soundtrack. Yeah.
yes, sized, which we tried. Ryan, who did all the. Did you like the soundtrack?
It was quite good soundtrack. Yeah.
Yeah, we had Ryan. He tried to come up with a Halloween theme with it for Popeye, and he did a full synthwave sort of soundtrack, which is available on all streaming services, by the way. And there's a hard copy. You can buy it on CD online. The Klaatu Records, Klaatu Records have got a hard copy on CD. They do like the soundtrack to Toxic Avenger. They released all that, and they chose to release ours, which was great because I wanted that 80. I wanted to take me back to the 80s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Can't beat it, man. Yeah. I've got a lot of the old school soundtracks, especially some of the Goblin stuff and the
yeah,
Fabio Frizzi Italian stuff.
yeah.
Because, I love the old Italian horrors. I've just screened Anthropophagus and Absurd just at the weekend.
Oh God, I haven't seen those. It's funny because all these films, because when we were young, you go to the video store and rent like six of them.
Yeah.
I've seen them all, but some of them genuinely I haven't seen in 30, 35, 40 years, but I've seen them because that's all we had. We
Yeah,
had,
it is.
we had three channels and the video store.
And then when 1984 came and the old Video Recordings Act came in, my dad went out and bought them all.
Yeah.
Or most of them, shall we say, from the video shops for next to nothing.
Well,
So,
a few years later, I went to the States and it was just, because they didn't have the censorship.
no. But also, they didn't get all the films.
No, no.
I mean, I collect VHS still, and I've got all 72 nasties on tape.
Every single one.
Um, so that's one of the things. The only two I haven't, which aren't originals, Devil Hunter.
Okay.
I'm not spending a grand plus,
Oh,
and Beast in Heat.
okay. I
I've
don't
just
think
seen a, I've just seen an original go for 4,700 quid.
that's in the big box.
Small box for Beast in Heat.
Okay. The classic one that everybody remembers, but it was in the big box,
Yeah.
was Thriller Killer.
Yes. Yeah.
So, and that was
Yeah.
Vipco? Vipco?
Yes. Yeah. Vipco.
Yeah. I just
Yeah.
found there's a company printing their t-shirts on eBay. I saw the t-shirt, and I got one.
You just got to. I've got one somewhere with Vipco on,
Yeah.
and Intervision and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
When I do my screenings, I've just Saturday there. I got a Absurd T-shirt and an Anthropophagus T-shirt, so I could swap them over at halftime. And
Ah.
everyone was like, "I don't believe you got a T-shirt for each film." Even my wife couldn't believe that. To be fair, um, but yeah. So you've got selling merch on your website as well.
We have, yeah, we're the only Popeye Horror that can merch because you can't make merch for Popeye on it because trademark.
No,
So we own the trademark to Shiver Me Timbers. Um, when we actually made the film
yeah,
2023 for anybody else, but we got the dates wrong. So
right.
we couldn't release it. We thought the copyright drops in January 24. Let's put it out. It drops
Yeah,
at the end of that year. So we had to wait.
right.
But when we approached our lawyer to find out what we could do with Popeye because we knew it was going to drop before.
Yeah.
And he goes, I don't know if you can or can't call the film Popeye. Depends how uptight the owners of Popeye are.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he goes, but I know you can't merch because they've got trademark on that. And I was like so bummed out because we couldn't know if we could even call the film Popeye.
No.
And I said, Shiver Me Timbers? And he looked and he goes, you're not going to believe this. And Shiver Me Timbers has not been trademarked in the UK or the US. And we were like, you're joking. I was like, no. So we gave him the money and he trademarked it for us in the UK and the US for film, merch, and everything.
Yeah.
So if Warner Brothers want to make a film called Shiver Me Timbers about something else, pirates, they still have to come to us.
There you go. Make a fortune by selling it to Warner Brothers.
Yeah, so when we knew that, of course, we're going to merch it, and so we've got the merch, soundtrack. We have a company in America just approached us, and we're doing a slots game.
Yeah.
And there's a escape room coming in Los Angeles. They're currently doing Screamboat, the Mickey Mouse.
Yes, yes.
Which was a lot. By the way, I love that movie. I just want to get that up. I really enjoyed Screamboat.
I haven't seen Screamboat or Mousetrap. I haven't even watched the other two Popeye films.
Oh my God, dude, there's a lot of good stuff. Well, just so you know, Screamboat is the same sort of humor as us.
Right.
They're not taking it seriously. The Mousetrap is a bit more serious.
Yeah.
Screamboat's a lot of fun, and the reason they can do a escape room, they got approached, it's because
Right.
it's Screamboat. It's not got the mouse in the title.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
so much and everything. I really enjoyed that movie. I enjoyed Mousetrap too. That's got that serious tone, like the Winnie the Pooh films have got that serious tone. You know, whereas Screamboat horror film, we're just having a good time.
I've enjoyed the Blood and Honey films. They've been quite fun. I've got Bambi the Reckoning to watch as well.
I saw it.
Right.
It was good.
So yeah, they're all quite. And this is in that vein of, especially the first kind of Blood and Honey, but with humour.
Yes. Definitely, that's a good way. Our film is, as one critic described it, he says, take Friday the 13th, replace the monster with Popeye, and have it made by trauma.
What more can you ask for? You know what I mean? Jason is the best of the slashers, let's be honest.
Yes, yeah.
Is my favourite, always. So can you remember the old Popeye cartoons and like from the 80s? Popeye and Son and
Yeah,
all that kind of thing.
of course. I did my research. I'm looking for the book here. I have all the original comic strips from back, the ones that
Yeah.
were made. I have all of them. And we're of that generation where Popeye was on telly a lot. What's funny is the youngsters today don't really know Popeye because he's not really on TV
No.
anymore. Maybe that's just because he was an angry guy that beat people up all the time.
We had the Robin Williams film as well by Robert Altman.
Yeah, we had that too. That's right. I don't think he ate spinach. No, our film doesn't have spinach
No.
because we didn't know the legalities of it.
Right.
Because that came later. It turned out we could have.
Yes.
But so that's how the saw came into
Bernice.
Yeah, Bernice. In the original Popeye strip, Popeye got his powers by petting this rooster called Bernice.
Right. Yes.
And that's why we went that route. And brought Bernice in as a. I don't want to say too much.
No, don't give too much away. Folk need to see it. It's a good one for Halloween.
It's
If
a
you've
good
got
one.
a load of mates around, few beers, a few bongs,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Shiver Me Timbers is the ideal kind of movie, which any trauma film is, and a lot of the stuff from the 80s, which what I was watching anyways.
It's a frat house movie.
Yes, Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. So you're a bit of a nasty fan. What's your favorite nasty?
Oh, I think I've got a few. But you know what? I'm going to go with Texas, and I'm going to go.
Right,
No, I'm going to. Okay, it's a tough one because you're a fan. Um, the first film that ever scared me was The Driller Killer
right.
because what made that scary? My dad had a drill in his shed, so anybody could go pick that up, come in
Mm,
the house. It wasn't like he was a monster. And that scene where he's got the drill, he's and he, the camera's looking at,
yeah, yeah,
and it's just, which if you watch Shiver Me Timbers towards the end, is replicated when she's doing her thing. Um,
yeah. With Bernice.
so that holds a special place in my heart. That gave me nightmares as a kid. I was like 12. Um, Texas Chainsaw, I watched that multiple times, and The Evil Dead was on a loop. Um, Texas Chainsaw 2, because that's when I was in America then, so it was legal there.
Yeah,
I know it was banned.
yes. We never got it over here.
Yeah. Um, and I know that was a video nasty, and I love that movie. I still watch that movie. It's just
Well, it wasn't on the list.
no. There's a couple that I love, like that Reanimator,
Brilliant film.
which wasn't on the list either. I don't think.
No, no, no. That was out and got a 18 cert.
Yeah, yeah,
So
because
that was on heavy rotation. Rented very, very well, and its sequel.
with the list, I would have to say Texas Driller. And here's a weird one for you. Now, this one, because um, Naomi does all the DVD extras for all these.
Yeah, yeah.
She did a documentary about cannibals, and everybody talks about Cannibal Holocaust. But I remember going into the video store renting one that was on the list called Cannibal Terror.
Absolutely terrible film.
Right, but back then, when you're 12 years old, they used real cow carcasses with the
Yeah,
actual head on top, and it was ripping people. I kind of remember that vividly because it was one of the first I saw. And that's the one where the guy loses his arm and goes back to get his daughter.
yes, I think so. Yeah. I've just watched it the other week again.
And I
So
watched
my
it.
memories, it's not my favorite one, to be honest.
It's terrible. I watched it for the first time in like 35 years.
And the googly eyes.
And I was just like, I can't believe it. I thought this was good. But back then it stuck with me because, oh, Faces of Death.
Oh, yeah. That mix, the mixture of the real and the fake footage.
Yeah.
All the animal stuff real, the human stuff fake,
But
apart from a couple of bits.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But back then we had
Oh,
nothing to compare it to. Today there's worse on the news. Back then, you took that must be what it's really like because
yeah.
you know the same with that cannibal film I was just going on about. It's actually called, I think, Arrow, or one of them is just about to. What's the other company that does all the re-releases in the UK?
Oh, 88 films.
And one of them is about to put out White Cannibal Queen, which was Cannibal Terror, which is terrible.
Oh
But
no, they put out Cannibal 88 films put out Cannibal Terror as Cannibal Terror.
is it okay?
Yeah, yeah. Um, I'm not sure who's bringing that out now because there's a few into it. Film Treasures is Treasured Films. Sorry, is another great label if you've not heard of them.
No, I think I have.
They've been putting out some Italian stuff as well. I can't remember who's putting that out.
I
But
think
yeah, no, 88 films put Cannibal Terror out as Cannibal Terror because I
okay,
know I've got that on blue.
because the Cannibal Terror and White Cannibal Queen were they kind of took from each other. They were made by
Yeah,
the same guy at the same time. They're
yeah,
terrible. But because you're asking, like, I have to admit that when I was a kid, I was young. I not scary. You know, it didn't scare me, but I remember watching it a bunch.
Yeah,
Um, but the one that never gets old, Texas Thriller Killer. Thriller Killer's so cheap and raw.
yeah.
And Abel Ferrara and Driller Killer, man, he's a maniac.
New York is a character all to itself in that
Yeah,
film. A lot of them films around that time that featured New York. Taxi Driver was another.
yeah.
That New York was its own character.
You know, Faces of Death. I can't believe that escaped me. You know, Faces of Death. You know, because you just took it for what it was
Yeah,
and thought it was real.
there was 4 parts all told.
Yeah, yeah, they did. And then when I was living in the States, there was a Traces of Death,
Yes, yeah.
which was a bit more graphic because things were opening up. You know, so now Sky News.
Yeah, yeah. You're about right there as well. Sky News, yeah, YouTube. Well, not
Yeah,
YouTube, but anywhere else on the internet. I've seen some
yeah.
weird and strange things over the years that I wouldn't like to mention. Yeah, and all through especially the early days of the internet, it was the wild, wild west back then.
Oh my God, I remember looking. Even yeah, it was horrible, horrible.
Yeah. So, anyways, back to the film. I think we've kind of covered everything, and it's been an absolute pleasure chatting to us. And
Thank
when
you.
I do sign out, stick around afterwards, and we'll have a natter. But no, thank you for coming on the show.
I just wanted to.
Everybody, go out and watch Shiver Me Timbers.
Where's it on? I think it's on all platforms where you can rent and purchase it, or
Yeah,
I think it's on the free
Plex.
Plex. One of them. Is it?
Yeah, it was on one. I can't. It was it Plex. It was one of them. You told me Plex.
Um, Hang on, I'll tell you right now.
I think it was Plex.
I'll tell you right now. I've got because I don't want people to miss out if they
No, no.
don't want to purchase or rent it. It's available on Plex with adverts. But
There you go. That,
I do recommend losing the adverts because once it gets going, you know,
it's not a long film, and it's under an hour and 20 minutes long. It's worth your time. Get it put on with a bunch of your mates. As I say, it's a beer, a beer and a few bongs movie with your mates. You know what I mean? All taking the piss out of each other. That's the kind of film you want, and it certainly delivers. So Shiver Me Timbers available on Plex. Give it a watch, and it's a good night from me, and
thank
a good night from Paul.
thank you very much. I've really enjoyed talking to you. It's been a pleasure.
Excellent. Thank you very much, and we'll speak to you all soon.